All I could do was rock him and whisper that Nana loved him even when she was sleeping, which made him cry harder because he knew something was really wrong even if he couldn't understand what. The next day, Dave said we needed to go to Miss Nyla's house to look for important documents before anything happened. Driving there felt wrong without her in the passenger seat, telling Oliver to spot red cars like they always did. Walking through her front door with the key she'd given me made me feel like a thief, even though she'd said 1,000 times that her house was our house too. The smell hit me first. That mix of lavender lotion and old books that meant safety for 3 years. Her coffee cup still sat on the kitchen table next to the stack of essays she'd been grading with her reading glasses on top, like she'd just stepped out for a minute. Oliver ran straight to his toy box in the living room and started pulling out all the blocks Nana had bought him for his birthday, while I stood frozen, unable to move. Dave gently pushed me toward her home office, saying we needed to find insurance papers and bank statements and anything else important. In her office, I found this big binder on the desk labeled Important Documents, in her perfect teacher handwriting with tabs for everything. Insurance policies, bank accounts, the house deed, all organized with sticky notes explaining what each thing was like. She knew I'd need help understanding it all. At the very back was a sealed envelope with my name written on the front that made my hands shake, so bad I could barely open it. Inside was this long letter in her handwriting, talking about how Oliver and I had become the children she and Marina always dreamed of having. She wrote about how that morning she found me in the school bathroom was the day her life started making sense again after Marina died. She said watching me become a mother despite everything that happened had been the greatest privilege of her life. The letter ended with her saying she knew I was strong enough to take care of Oliver no matter what happened, and that she'd always be proud of her daughter, even if the law didn't recognize it that way. I sat on her office floor sobbing while Oliver played in the next room, clutching this letter that felt like goodbye. Dave sat down next to me and started going through the binder page by page, explaining what everything meant in simple terms I could understand. Miss Nyla had left everything to me and Oliver in her will, but there was still a mortgage on the house from when she refinanced to pay for Marina's cancer treatment. He showed me the statements with all these medical debts and credit cards I never knew about because she never wanted us to worry about money. The probate process would take months, he said, and we might have to sell the house to pay everything off. The thought of losing her house on top of losing her felt like too much, but Dave said we'd figure it out one step at a time. Back at the hospital, Dr. Wong was waiting with a new proposal that made my chest tight. He wanted to reduce Missy Nyla's sedation tomorrow morning to do one final test for any response to stimulation. He was careful to explain this was just to be absolutely thorough, and we shouldn't expect any improvement based on all the previous tests. But he understood I needed to know we'd tried everything possible before making the final decision.